world of dragons, aliens, and cyborgs.
Why do we keep choosing to be human? The answer might be more divine than you think. Think about the last fantasy game you played or sci-fi movie you watched. Despite the presence of fascinating alien species, magical creatures, or powerful supernatural beings, humans almost always take center stage. Elder Scrolls offers you cat people and lizard folk, yet most players choose humans. Star Wars gives us countless alien species, but our heroes are predominantly human. Even in Pokémon, with over 900 incredible creatures, the protagonist is always a human trainer. This pattern is everywhere once you start looking for it, and it's not just familiarity or convention. It reflects something deeper about our nature as beings created in God's image. Today we'll explore the fascinating connection between fantasy worlds and divine design. The world of video games provides the perfect laboratory for this phenomenon. Games offer us complete freedom to be anything: dragons, robots, sentient mushrooms. Yet, most players choose to be human or human-like characters. In games like World of Warcraft or Elder Scrolls Online, players can be werewolves, undead, or lizard folk, but humans and humanoid elves consistently dominate the player base. Even more telling is what happens when games offer completely non-humanoid options. Even in games like Spore or No Man's Sky, players often give alien creatures human-like features. This isn't just about familiarity. There's something deeper at work here, an innate recognition of beauty and significance in the human form that persists even in worlds where humans have no objective advantage. As C.S. Lewis observed in The Weight of Glory, we have a strange longing for something beyond this world, a scent of a flower we have not found, the echo of a tune we have not heard, news from a country we have never yet visited. Perhaps our preference for human forms in fantastical settings reflects this same transcendent longing, a faint recognition of our divine design. But why does this pattern exist across so many games and players? The answer takes us back to the very beginning. What does it mean to be created in God's image? This concept appears in Genesis 1:27. So God created mankind in his own image. In the image of God, he created them. Male and female, he created them. Being made in God's image doesn't mean God has a physical body like ours, although Jesus did. Rather, it means humans uniquely reflect certain aspects of God's nature: creativity, rationality, the capacity for relationship, moral awareness, and the ability to appreciate beauty. This status as image bearers gives humans inherent worth and dignity. It's why we instinctively recognize something sacred in human life, something that transcends mere evolutionary advantage or biological complexity. C.S. Lewis captured this beautifully when he wrote in The Weight of Glory, "There are no ordinary people. You have never talked to a mere mortal." He understood that each person bears the imprint of divine creation. Storytellers and game designers unconsciously reflect this truth. Even those with no religious framework find themselves drawn to human protagonists in humanoid forms. It's as if we can't escape the gravitational pull of our divine design. We relate to human characters not just because they look like us, but because they reflect something transcendent that we intuitively recognize. This pattern extends far beyond video games. Look at Pokémon, a world filled with creatures that can breathe fire, teleport, and read minds. Yet, the stories always center on human trainers. The extraordinary powers belong to the Pokémon, but the narrative focus, moral agency, and emotional core belong to humans. In robotics, we see a similar phenomenon. There's no practical reason for robots to have humanoid forms. Though robots don't need to look human, we still give them faces, eyes, and limbs, even investing billions to make them walk like us. Even our aliens in science fiction tend to be surprisingly humanoid. Star Trek's aliens are mostly humans with forehead ridges. Avatar's Na'vi are essentially tall blue humans. Hollywood aliens might have different colored skin or extra limbs, but they almost always have recognizable faces with eyes, noses, and mouths in familiar arrangements. Literature follows this same pattern in J.R.R. Tolkien's Middle-earth. Despite the presence of elves, dwarves, ents, and other fantastical beings, the story ultimately centers on hobbits, the most human-like of all his creations. Tolkien, a devout Catholic, understood the human story carries special significance because humans bear the divine image. Tolkien was also a fan of saying he was a sub-creator because he was created in the image of a creator God. As C.S. Lewis wrote in Mere Christianity, next to the Blessed Sacrament itself, your neighbor is the holiest object presented to your senses. This reverence for humanity shines through in our stories. Even in our most imaginative creations, we can't escape the inherent beauty and significance of the human form. We're drawn to it, not just out of familiarity, but because it reflects something eternal. The next time you play a game or watch a sci-fi movie, notice this human-centered pattern. It's a subtle reminder of our unique status as bearers of God's image, a truth so fundamental that it shapes even our fantasies. In our creative works, we unconsciously echo the words of the psalmist, "I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made." Whether we acknowledge it or not, the divine fingerprint on humanity shows through in everything we create. We might dream of dragons and starships, but we can't help centering those dreams on the wonder of being human. And that's because being human isn't ordinary at all. It's extraordinary, a reflection of something beyond ourselves.